So I did something that I thought was impossible. I got monetized in 64 days. It gained over 12,000 subscribers and made thousands of dollars off of YouTube AdSense, corporate clients, and brand deals. And now we're going to do it all over again, starting from zero. And I know what you're thinking. Who is that cute dog in the video? This is Coda, me Coda. But also, why would you start a new channel over from zero? You've got to be crazy. And in today's video, I'm going to go over the 4 different questions I asked myself that helped me determine this. And if you are a YouTuber that's in this exact situation where you are trying to figure out whether you should pivot your current channel or start a brand new channel, this video is for you. And I'm going to give you my exact playbook. And I also have a worksheet for you to go over so you can kind of do this exercise yourself and really figure out what is going to be the best approach to you, because this is a very big decision. It's also a very personal decision, and you want to make sure you make the right one for you. Before we dive in, welcome to the channel. I'm Ashley Born-Nansen. I'm a YouTube strategist who helps corporate clients and creators just like you go from zero to monetize. So if you want YouTube strategies without the BS, without spending $1 billion, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a like, hype up this video so we can get it out to more creators just like yourself who are on a mission to spread their vision. So before I dive in to the 4 questions that help me really narrow down of whether I should start a brand new channel or whether I should pivot my old channel, I need to take you on a little bit of a journey, okay? This is my personal journey that led me to blowing up my YouTube channel in less than 9 weeks and going full time. I can't believe I'm even saying that, to now opening up my new channel to help all of you guys do the same. So my YouTube journey began very sporadically, honestly. I was a TV news reporter. It was back in 2021, and I really wanted to start a YouTube channel. I was inspired by the former reporter Clancy Burke, and I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll also show what it's like behind the scenes. And I learned quickly my TV news station did not really want me to make content behind the scenes like that, so I started making random vlog content. It was really hard to find my voice, like many of you are facing now potentially. I had no direction, no clear vision. And on YouTube, I started getting really burnt out, honestly, because when you don't have a clear vision, a clear direction, and a clear plan, you just get burnt out naturally because you're doing a billion things. You're not seeing results. Editing is taking up so much time. And if you don't see results, you're just going to burn out and give up. And I knew I loved it so much. So I tried to return back to YouTube again, and I started making travel content. But I realized quickly that travel content for me, as much as I absolutely love traveling all over the world, it is a really hard niche on YouTube because 1, you have to spend a lot of money traveling and creating content, but 2, you have to edit it all. It's a really big saturated niche, and it just takes a long time. And it is just not great for someone like me who's used to the studio, who likes being like boom, bop, bam, like doesn't need to be complicated in order to blow up on YouTube. And that's exactly what I love teaching people. You don't have to complicate your channel in order to gain momentum. So this led me to a point where I was getting really bored, okay? Because I wasn't making my own content anymore. I was in my very nice, cushy corporate America job. And I started picking up YouTube on March 5th of 2025. And I started talking about my main passion, which was the entertainment industry. And I just felt really compelled to come on and talk about what I thought was going on behind the scenes of all these different shows, give my reviews. I started doing something completely differently. And that is that I started actually applying my news principles to YouTube. And boy, was I surprised when things started blowing out of the water. And I will dive more into that in upcoming videos on how you guys can also steal these strategies for your channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and like this video. And the fun part of my story is the part that I wasn't anticipating at all. And it just reminds you that you're not in control of the universe. God always loves to remind us that, right? And that is that I was told, like thousands of other people at my corporate America job, that I was being laid off. My position was going to be eliminated. Well, I really locked in, and I decided this needs to be my career. And that's why I'm actually really excited to build this new channel, because I don't think you need to spend years and years trying to make it on YouTube. I think you need a really strategic path and understanding that every voice is different here on YouTube, but you can still apply all of these principles that I'm going to share on my channel to your niche, your category, category no matter what. And I'm seeing my clients' channels blow up as well using these principles. Now, and from what I like to call my unfair advantage, and that is that I had over 15 years of working in digital media. So I realized I needed to build a dedicated channel to those who were also trying to grow in digital media and on YouTube. And I can confidently say I'm now a full-time YouTuber, and I'm so passionate about helping creators grow on this platform as well. Now, I'm going to be honest. I did struggle for months trying to figure out if I should pivot my current entertainment news channel or start a brand new channel. And let's be honest, there are so many pros and cons to doing both, honestly. And here's where my 4 main questions came in that I had to ask myself. Before we dive into those, though, let's go over the pros and cons. Pivoting my current channel, I mean, that meant that I had social proof, right? Over 12,000 subscribers, monetized. Any video I made would then also be monetized. So I thought this was really important because I honestly didn't want to be another YouTube channel of someone just starting from zero and showing the journey of building a YouTube channel, about talking about building a YouTube channel. I wanted to build a channel that I could show actually could do it in other niches, right? So ego-wise, this felt like the right decision, right? Like I already had the proof. I already have hundreds of videos with thousands and thousands of views. I clearly understand my niche. I understand all of these things, right? But starting a brand new channel, there would be zero social proof, right? There would also be a huge hit to my ego of starting from 0 subscribers. There's also, that honest fear that, let's be real, right? I did it once, but does that really mean I can personally do this again? Especially now, managing my full-time business where I barely have time, honestly, to build my own content because I'm so passionate about helping others build theirs. Then there's the fact that many people that are potentially watching this video right now on this new channel, they probably don't know me. And therefore, they don't see any of my social proof from my previous channels of my 15 years of experience in the media industry. So there is that ego of like, no one knows me. They don't know that I'm credible. They don't know what I'm talking about. They don't know I've worked in media for like half my life. So I'm going to be honest. I consulted with YouTube strategists who work with massive corporations. And I said, what do you think I should do? It's really hard when you're the one trying to make the decisions on your personal channel. It's always great to have that outside perspective, that outside coach, that outside viewpoint. So there's no emotion attached. It's just logic. And they said, you should absolutely start a new channel. That these are 2 completely different audiences and therefore will not have the same outcome here on YouTube. And that's something we're going to talk a lot about on this channel, which leads me to these 4 questions I've narrowed down that I believe every YouTuber needs to genuinely ask themselves, meditate on, pray on, to figure out if they should pivot their current channel or start a brand new one. And I truly hope that this helps you eliminate all the stress that you are feeling about this topic, because this is such a big topic. Like, it's such a big decision. And if you really hone in on these 4 questions, and go ahead and download the worksheet I have below, it's completely free to help you kind of go through these questions. Because once you make this decision, you have to do what I saw Sean Cannell talk about, which is rip the Band-Aid off. So number 1, a great question to ask yourself is, why did your viewer come in the first place? And what are they expecting from your channel? Because if you don't deliver on viewer satisfaction, when YouTube pushes your videos out first to your subscribers, and if your subscribers then don't click on your videos, YouTube is not going to push it out to as many people as it could have if they didn't get the signal that, oh, your subscribers like it, so we should continue to push it out even more. That's when you see the impressions. When your impressions are low, you're seeing this didn't even get to reach that many people. It's because YouTube is testing out your content first with your own audience. So if I'm testing personally my content out on entertainment people who are coming for entertainment news, and I'm like, hey, here's how to grow on YouTube, they're like, girl, I didn't sign up for this. And I feel you and I get you. And if you're one of those people, I love you so much for sticking around anyways. So that is a big question. Is what you are pivoting to what your subscribers signed up for? Question 2, if you don't know if they would click on your video, ask this question. I love this question so much. If they liked this content, then what else would they like watching? So if you were going maybe from entertainment news to potentially like movie reviews, that could be a potential, crossover, right? A potential pivot. But again, going from an entertaining channel to then an educational channel, is that what they signed up for? Big question. If you have a knitting channel and then you want to talk about finances, did your viewers come for finances or did they come for knitting? Or is there a way to combine the two? Big question. And honestly, this all comes down to who you are serving. Is your channel for you, or are you having a channel to serve your audience? And maybe that's just like the only question you needed to hear. And maybe you just need to hear, you know what? I'm just doing this to have a YouTube channel that's for me. Like I just love making videos. I want to do all different kinds of videos. Then that's fine. That's great. But if you're someone who's really serious about building their channel, right? Into a business, into, generating revenue, into really launching and taking off and finding your specific path, then you really need to hone in on what your viewer wants and how you can serve your viewers here on the platform. Question 3 is really, again, along the same lines, but that's honing into your viewer avatar. So, what are their reasons for consumption? And you can work with ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you want on really finding out your viewer avatar or your ideal customer profile. This is essentially having someone in your head who's the person behind the camera. Like I always think of the people who would be consuming my content, right? Like what are their names? Like my current clients, Tracy, Chloanne, Dave, Jonathan, all these different people behind the camera is who I'm speaking to. And you really want to know your viewer avatar so well. What are their pain points? Why are they on the platform? When do they listen to your channel? Are they listening to your channel just for some entertaining background noise while they're making their, dinner at night? Or do they want to be informed? Or are they trying to learn how to do something? Really understanding who is your viewer avatar and why are they clicking on your videos is one of the most important things. And then question 4 comes back to you. And this is when we get real deep and look inside ourselves and we say, what are your goals? And will your current audience meet your goals? Whew, we have to be real. We have to be honest in this moment. And I think this is what a lot of YouTubers don't really want to face. Like ones who aren't growing, I think deep down, they're holding themselves back from growing and seeking out the answers and applying their answers because they're too afraid to admit internally that they really want this as their career, as their number one income. So for me, I realize I absolutely love coaching people. I love consulting. I've done it for over 10 years. So I knew deep down that this made perfect sense for me. I absolutely love coaching. I love helping creators. And it was just the perfect blend because I love teaching people how to take control of their careers. So I'm combining 10 plus years of coaching and digital media training and all these things with what I absolutely love, which is content creation. But if I was being honest with myself, that goal of attracting clients and helping them build their channels, it wasn't going to be met on an entertainment news channel where people are coming to be informed and entertained on a daily basis, not necessarily to sign up for a class. But I had to get really real with myself in that and say, you know what? Instead of forcing a square peg in a round hole or whatever it's called, hey, if you have a different vision that's completely different and your current customers or viewers aren't going to meet that vision, then be really honest with yourself. Maybe you do need to start a new channel. So therefore, I realized that no matter how many videos I put out, it doesn't matter if it's not reaching my goal of reaching my ideal customer profile of people who are looking to start a YouTube channel. So deciding whether to pivot your current channel or start a new channel truly is deeply personal. And either way, it's going to take time to make that change. YouTube strategists that I consulted with that I mentioned also shared that they believe, and I've seen this as well, that it can take up to 12 weeks to really rev up and train a new channel. And essentially, you're just feeding Google, right? Like all of our channels are just SEO little funnels for Google, and that's now pairing with ChatGPT and Claude, and they're all going to be working together to use YouTube as a search engine. And in order to tell YouTube who you are and to get it out to your ideal customers or ideal viewer avatars, you need to feed it a lot of content. So either way, it's going to take a lot of work to rev up a new channel, but it's also going to take a lot of work to pivot a current channel. And either way, I just loved what Sean Cannell said of like, you just got to rip the Band-Aid off. Like, you just got to do it, because you can't be in this in between. The in between literally will eat you alive. It really did for me for months. And it helped because we ended up being so busy, like traveling and then moving, that I couldn't make any content. I didn't have any I just couldn't make any content. And it helped me to see, what am I doing? Like, clearly, I need to create a new channel. So for me, the fun is also starting over from zero again and being in that same position as many of my clients and saying like, all right, we did this before, we did this once, we can do it again. 2 thoughts, if you're really in the thick of deciding right now, is choose your hard. Oh, I love that. Oh, I mean, I hate it, but I love it, right? Both ways are going to be hard, but which way kind of gives you little butterflies, like gets you the most excited about, you can always switch to. Like, if you end up creating a new channel and you feel sick to your stomach and you're like, I just want to pivot, then go pivot. Like, nothing is set in stone. YouTube doesn't shadow ban like so many people think it does. Like, you can always, this is your life, right? This is your channel. You can always change. And second, once you really do decide, just decide to go all in. I love what CEOs have told me that I really look up to, and that's just like, burn the boats. Like, there's a time in your life where you have to go all in on your vision. And if that is your YouTube channel and you feel so compelled to make a YouTube channel, you really do at some point have to burn all the boats. And I'm going to be sharing more on my journey of getting my first channel monetized and tips to help you cut through the noise. So if that's you, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hype up this video, because we're going to have so many like unfiltered, no BS strategies on this channel. I'm so excited to come along with you on this journey. We got this, guys. Let's get this channel to our first 1,000 subscribers. I can't wait to do it with you. If you're a small channel, let us know what your channel is in the comments. And if that channel looks interesting to you, go ahead, help your friends out, subscribe to their channels, engage, and let's do this together. I'm Ashley Bornanson, and I'll see you in the next one.